Hi, welcome to Nomis Academy. This time we'll be dealing with Hi, welcome to Nomis Academy. This time we'll be dealing with volume of a cylinder. Yes, volume of a cylinder. That's your cylinder bottle. Water, a ton of water it can take, what volume of juice it can take, what volume of whatever liquid you take at home in school. You want to know the volume of what quantity of the liquid you take at home the cylinder you use can take. Here is the class volume of a cylinder. Remember, this image you're seeing here is a cylinder. It's in cylinder form. So you can see, assuming this is a cup or this is like a flask, and you will need to calculate the volume of the cylindrical cup or the cylindrical flask. So what we do is to say the volume of a cylinder is given by base area, base multiplied by height, base area multiplied by height. So looking at this cylinder, the shape of the top is the same as the shape of the bottom. Just that the view we are seeing here is just the view of a cup or of the cylinder. So we definitely know that as the top is, so as the base is. Definitely, if the top is circle, the base is also circle. Definitely, the volume of a cylinder becomes, let me shorten it to be V of cylinder, volume of cylinder is equal to, now we've discovered that the base area is a circle. What is the formula to calculate area of a circle? Yes, that's correct. Pi r squared. That is the formula to calculate area of a cylinder. Now, that's the formula to calculate area of a circle. Now, multiply by height. Multiply by the height of the cylinder. So that gives us the volume of a cylinder. So the volume of a cylinder is given by pi r squared h. Pi, you know what pi is? The ratio of circumference of a circle to the diameter of the same circle is pi. And you know r to be the radius, and h is the height of the cylinder. Now, what happens when a radius is not given in a question, probably a WAEC question or JAM question? It gives diameter or something else. How would I have known? Anyway, whatever you're given, just make sure you find your radius. If diameter is given, this formula can be changed to something that is simple. Is equals to 1 diameter. So if diameter is given, what you will do is that diameter divided by 2 is equals to 1 radi. Remember that 2 multiplied by r should give you diameter. So diameter divided by 2 will give you 1 radi. So this formula can now become pi d over 2 squared multiplied by height. So this can become pi d squared multiplied by height all over 4. So this formula can become like this. However, it's as simple as just to divide your diameter by 2 and you will have your radius. Otherwise, this other formula can be used to calculate the volume of the cylinder. So do not forget, keep it at the front of your heart or wherever you can keep it that you will not forget. Volume of cylinder is equal to pi r squared multiplied by height. Let's solve some questions on volume of cylinder. So we have question number 1. Question number 1 says, find volume, find the volume of a cylinder whose radius is 7 centimeter and height 5 centimeter. So how do I calculate for this? The volume of a cylinder whose base radius is 7 centimeter and height 5 centimeter. So let's go into the solution. So having known that the volume of a cylinder, of cylinder is equals to pi r squared height, and you know the value of pi is always 22/7 for every circular object. Therefore this should be 22/7 multiplied by, what is the radius as it is given? 7 centimeter. So since it is 7 squared, that will be 7/1 multiplied by another 7/1 multiplied by, the height is given to be 5 centimeter. Don't forget centimeter, and here we have centimeter. So I can simply say 7 divided 7. So I'm left with 22 multiplied by 7 centimeter squared. That is centimeter multiplied by 7 centimeter. So we have 7 centimeter squared multiplied by 5 centimeter all over 1. So I do not need to write that one. So 22 multiplied by 7 squared is 154, right? 7 times 2 is 14. I write 4 and keep 5 and keep 1. 7 times 2 again is 14 plus 154. 154 centimeter squared 5 centimeter. So 5 times 4 is 20, keep 2. 5 times 5 is 25 plus 2, 27, remember 2. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 2, that is 70. So that is 770 centimeter squared multiplied by centimeter, that is centimeter cube. So the volume of the cylinder we just calculated is 770 centimeter cube. That is the answer to that question. So let's take the next question. Look at the next question. We are asked to calculate the question number 2. Calculate the volume. Calculate the volume of the cylinder below. So look at the cylinder we have below. We have a cylinder whose the diameter of the base area is 4 meter, while the height of the cylinder is 15 meter. So it's as simple as just to tell that, okay, let's go into the solution first. We must write the solution. So we should just tell that the volume of cylinder is equal to pi r squared h. But in this case, the radius is not given. Instead, the diameter is given. So we will now take it as a recall that diameter is equal to 2 radi. So that diameter divided by 2 is equal to the radius. So if that is the case, diameter for given divided by 2 is equal to 2. So radius is equal to 2. Height is equal to 15 meter. So now we can calculate the volume of the cylinder. Volume of the cylinder we have is screen is equal to 22/7 multiplied by 2/1 meter multiplied by 2 meter over 1 and then multiplied by 15 meter. So what do we do? There's nothing that is divisible. Or we can say 7 here 1, 7 in 15 is 2 points. So let us just get it. 2 times 22, that should be 44. Okay, let's say times 4. So we have 88 meter squared multiplied by 15 meter all over 7. So when I multiply 88 by 15 meter, what do we have? 1,320 meter cube divided by 7. So our final answer is 188.6 meter cube. So our final answer to the volume of the cylinder we have on the screen is 188.6, that is approximated to 1 decimal place, meter cube as the volume of the cylinder. Example number 3 says a cylinder 2 liters, full stop, if the height of the cylinder is 10 centimeter, find the radius of the cylinder. So look at this question now. This question has given us volume of the cylinder to be 2 liters, and it's saying that if the height of the cylinder is 10 centimeter, we should find the radius of the cylinder. The unit of the volume and that unit of the height are not the same. So we have the height to be in centimeter and we have the volume to be in 2 liters. So for us to make our calculation simple and correct, we need to convert this liter to centimeter. Yes, centimeter. So recall, let's go into the solution to start solving the problem even before the main question. So solution. So I will ask you to recall that 1000 centimeter cube is equals to 1 liter. So now that we have 2 liters, that means the V of the given question is equal to 2000 centimeter cube. So having known that V is equal to 2000 centimeter cube, our R is unknown, while the height is equal to 10 centimeter. So now that we have similar units for our parameters, we can now calculate the radius of the cylinder, that is the volume of cylinder, is equal to pi r squared h. We need to make r the subject of the formula. So let's do this by the left hand side so that we'll calculate our final answer. So for me to make r the subject formula, meaning that all that is attached with r should be moved to the other side with the opposite operation, meaning pi is multiplied by r and r is multiplied by r and h. So if I will need to move them, I'll need to divide them to this side. So pi multiplied by h. So pi multiplied by h, so that h cancel h, pi cancel pi. So I'm left with r squared is equals to volume of the cylinder all over pi times height. So I will square root both sides so that I can make r the subject of the formula. So r now is the square root of V of C, volume of cylinder, all over pi. Remember that this covers for all. This is simply square root. So pi h. Now this is the formula I'm going to use to calculate. Now I can now tell that the radius of the cylinder is equal to the square root of 2000 all over 22/7 multiplied by the height says 10 centimeter, right? So this is equal to the square root of 2000 all over 220 divided by 7. So I can say r is equals to the square root of 2000 all over 220 is 31.4, right, divided by 7. 220 over 7 is just 31.4. 31.4. So divide 2000 by 31.4. How did I get this 31.4? Somebody's asking. Remember that 22 over 7 is 3.14 to 2 decimal place. So 3.14 multiplied by 10 will give me 31.4. Very good. So let us divide 2000 by 31.4. So that is 63.7. So the radius is the square root of 63.7. So what is the square root of 63.7? So square root of 63.7, r is equal to 7.98 centimeter. So what happened? We have centimeter cube here, we have centimeter here, so definitely dividing it would have reduced it to centimeter squared. So because 1 centimeter here and then 1 centimeter here will remain centimeter squared. So here we have centimeter squared. So because this centimeter squared is like this, so the square root that divides that the square covers for all. So the square root of centimeter squared will be centimeter. Therefore, the radius is equal to 7.98 centimeter. And that's the final answer to that question. I believe you understood all that we did today in today's video. Bye-bye. See you in the next video.